Similarly, our five senses, which we just talked about, hearing, seeing, smelling, touching, tasting, they are also getting pulled, attention is getting attracted in five different directions. Five different directions. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, what else? Smelling. And all this input is coming in through the five senses, and who is receiving this information? Mind. Mind is actually, the senses are only collecting, they are collectors. Then it goes into the office of the Antakaran, where the pune is sitting over there collecting all this information from the five senses, that is the man. How much authority does the pune have in the office who just receives all the information? He doesn't know what to do with it. The pune doesn't know what to do with all this data that the salesmen have brought in from the different regions. Similarly, your mind does not know what to do with all this information. It gets overloaded. It starts rocking like a boat. If too much stimulus is there, too many distractions are there, too much information coming, just like the computer, if you put too much instruction, too many functions, ye bhi karo, wo bhi karo, word, PPT and this and that and whatever, what happens to your computer?
Crashes.
It hangs. It hangs. And if you still don't stop, it will crash. And that is exactly what is happening to most of us. We hang, we cannot function, we become dysfunctional and we collapse. So what is the solution? If the boat is in the sea again and only one wind is blowing, the boat will go in that direction. But make sure that the wind which is blowing is in the right direction. Because if it's in the right direction, it will reach the destination. If you want to go from here to Dubai, the wind should blow on the Arabian Sea in the direction of Dubai. But if it blows in the direction of Sri Lanka, you will go south. South means Patan. And one beautiful word Bhagwan has used to describe where the sense, how the senses are moving in their particular vishais. And he calls it charata. Charata meaning moving. But it also means grazing like a cattle in the field. And like the cattle in the field, our senses are going grazing here and there, looking for experiences, better experiences, more stimulating experiences, more exciting experiences. And this grazing is never ending. The more you will find one Vishay which is so good, let me graze. You graze over there. After some time, that grass doesn't feel so tasty. You want your neighbor's grass. You know what grass I'm talking about? Okay? Just stick to your own grass, okay? So this charata, senses going here and there, and sometimes we call it not grazing but foraging, like a wild beast forages in the jungle. Like that, we also forage for stimuli. We also forage for adventurous experiences. We also forage for illicit experiences. And the senses cannot be satisfied without the mind. The senses are not operating on their own. On their own, the experience cannot give them pleasure. until and unless the mind is engaged in that stimuli. How? Let us suppose I am fast asleep. My eyes are closed. My senses are closed. My mind is also closed, right? When I'm asleep, mind is closed. Now Neha wants me to wake up. She says, Ma, Ma, Ma. Then Ma doesn't still wake up with deep sleep. Then she comes like this. Physically she opens my eye. Will I be seen? My eye is open, but yet I do not experience that Vishay. Why? Because my mind is not engaged. Therefore, when we are experiencing something with our senses, we have already engaged the mind. And when we have engaged the mind goes with the senses into the Vishay. There is a Vishay. My eye has gone to the Vishay, eye or any sense organ. With that, the mind has also gone. The mind goes, it kind of captures this whole Vishay and brings it inside. And when it brings that Vishay inside, I say, oh, Atma Shataka. That's how I know that this Vishay is what it is. And all this is happening in Chutki. One flash of a second. This is the computer that we have. Just come directly inside. And when it comes inside, if there's a rag, we get attracted. If there's dvesh, repent. So either way, we are slaves. Either way, we are slaves. So a person who is ayukta, ayukta we already told. What is that? Spiritually undisciplined. So what is this perception, theory of perception, how it works for a ayukta? The sense perceives. The mind thinks and feels about it. The intellect judges it. अंदर गया ना? अंदर गया अच्छा है बुरा है. That is mind. Then intellect will say, run to it, run away from it. Rag, dvesh. So an ayukta person is a victim of rag and dvesh. But a yukta, the one who is established in the self, the one who knows at least theoretically sat and asat. In ayukta, who is starting this dance?
The senses.
The senses. Everything else is following the senses. In yukta, the intellect is the one in control. The intellect has the goal firmly in place. Nishtha. Authority. Knows. I don't care what you see, hear, taste, smell. I know I want to be Satpurush. This is my goal. When this goal is perfectly fixed, the mind also obeys. Mind also obeys. The senses also obey. And finally, the organs of action also obey. Now, this is the most important thing for you if you want to get out of any bad habit or any habit that you want to leave. Right now, you are a victim of that habit because you have allowed your senses to be the leader. But if you make your intellect the leader and establish it in the goal, and if that establishment in the goal is 100% firm, everything else will follow. Everything else. And if you are still rocking around, it only means that your goal is not that fixed. It is important for some time, but then when the Vishay comes and knocks on the door, you say, Kal se karega. Then you go there. Finished. Okay, so everything always has to start with the goal. Be yukta. When you are yukta, even if the mind has sankalp and vikalp, even if the mind suggests, no, why, let's do it one more day we can have. Slowly, the mind will also, if you stay firm, it's like children. You want the child to do something, small child, then you are firm with that rule. Child throws a tantrum, child kicks their legs up. What will you? If you give in to the child, that's the end of your discipline. But if you say, no, I'm sorry, you have to brush your teeth, means you have to brush your teeth. You will not get your breakfast till you brush your teeth. How many days will he not brush his teeth? How many days will he not eat? This is your mind. Your mind is like the child throwing a tantrum. The mind throws tantrums just like a child. If you give in to the child, your rules of discipline are over. But if you stay firm, no, I'm sorry, you stay hungry, then all the mothers, that thing will come out. Poor thing, just give it na. Your rule is very strict. The mother na is that soft one. De do, kyun itna, kal se karega. Ye mother is a problem. Mother is the biggest problem. Grandmother. माँ क्या बोल रही है? Stay firm in your goal. That is the meaning of sthita. Firm, steady, in prajna, knowledge. You are firm in your knowledge. You are safe in your knowledge. Outside chatter cannot disturb you. Outside vishayas cannot disturb you. Outside distractions cannot disturb you. Now you know metro work is going on near my house. If I'm standing on the balcony na, I cannot hear anything. There's so much noise. Even if you all phone, I have to go inside, I have to close the doors. Then I have a chance of hearing you. So if you're sitting on the balcony, there's a lot of outside noise. So what do you have to do? I have to come inside my bedroom. Sometimes they are doing some massive drilling and some iron things are falling from. Then even that is not enough. I have to close the bedroom door and go into an inner room, more centrally located, so that the noise from outside, the metro noise, cannot penetrate through so many doors and walls and all that. So where are you sitting? If you are sitting on the balconies of your life, all outside distractions will disturb you. You need to step back into an inner room. AC room.
Then AC ka noise.
It's a white noise. And install
Daikin without noise. Sleep.
no, one is Jayesh. Where are you?
Yeah.
Not window. What do you call split? Split. Split.
Cassette.
Go more and more into inner rooms. Means don't sit in your senses. Sit not in your mind. Then don't sit in your intellect. Then get established in the self. In the self, there is total silence. Where are you sitting? If you are getting disturbed, means you are sitting ekdam in your senses. Or you are sitting in your mind, which is also not very soundproof. It's not disturbance proof. So a beautiful example is given in Vedanta of the lighthouse. See, a lighthouse is the sthita prajna. He's in the middle of the ocean. But how he can be in the middle of the ocean, the lighthouse? How can the lighthouse be so strong and not get destroyed by the waves of the stormy seas? Because it is built on a rock. The lighthouse is built on a rock. how come the rock also is not getting washed anywhere? Because it is attached to the earth. So this earth is Atma, self. And the rock is your steady intellect. And the lighthouse is the Sthita Prajna. And this lighthouse ka job is what? To give light. Vivek.
Earth is the
Atma.
Rock is a steady, ready
and lighthouse.
lighthouse.
Sthita Prajna. And it's giving light. That's your Vivek. That's knowledge. Prajna. So always make yourself that lighthouse which is attached to the rock. The rock is attached to the earth. And you then can give light to others also. We have 2 small verses left, like conclusions. Let's do them. 68.